this chat box to pop out. It's been so anyway, who cares? I don't know what colors I want to make this thing. I'll go with my original thought. Good morning. I think my mic is all the way over there. Let me bring my mic closer. Yeah, I haven't been live in a hot minute. What's up, Han? I know I'm actually live. Starting to feel a bit better. I was so congested yesterday. I did a video that'll be up soon, and my voice is just terrible. I've been so sick for such a long time now. But that's alright. Do I want blue? I don't know. I don't know what colors I should make him. So right now I'm just kind of spitballing these colors. I don't know why I want these to be red. How you guys doing today? What color should the fins be? I feel like they should be similar to the skin, but maybe like kind of see-through. It's kind of nice. Kind of like that. I kind of like just the default refraction. It's kind of cool. He needs more color though. The inside of the mouth, I'm going to use a layer. And let me change this to body. So let's do, in mouth. And if I'm smart, I'm going to do another layer. How do I move this down? And this will be I find sometimes I need to do something underneath the first color, so even though there's the base, I feel like it's good to add another layer and then color that layer. So in mouth, we'll make kind of that color. Put the roughness up when I'm doing inside the mouth because I don't want that much light bouncing around in there. Doesn't really make sense. Turn symmetry on. I think I have post-process on too. Which makes everything go a bit slower. But it looks nicer. I could probably turn it off. I don't think I mind that it's a bit pixelated. I don't think it's worth doing dynamic topology or anything. Plus I might just smooth it out anyway, we'll see. So I'll use this smooth brush. I do have a cold. I do have a cold, unfortunately. But it's much better. It's much better now than it was. Like I sound much better now than I did. But yeah. My baby gave it to me. She's a rascal. This, I feel like, I hate when this gets like kind of like ugly like that. Those ripples, I hate that. Let's see if I can flatten it out. I can't really do much because I've already, I already have this contact here that I had to do, so I can't really voxel remesh this anymore because then it'll solidify this, which I definitely don't want. But it might be nice if I can, let's go to the base and do it. Otherwise I think things can get kind of weird if you change the structure on like a layer. I don't mind that. It's not perfect, but I think that might look a bit better. Maybe I want to put gums in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she gave me a cough like 2 weeks ago, and then I got the cough, and then I got the cough, and then I got sick, and the cough like never went away. And it's finally gone away now. I think I do want to do some gums. I don't know. Let's just try it out. So I'm just going to use a tube. I really don't need to add gums, really, to this kind of character. I should just keep it simple. So I'm going to mirror the tube so they kind of match up. Well, let me turn snap off so I can get it in there where it should be. This I'll have to, let me see if I can do a good old x-ray. I think that should help. The only thing is I can't really see where it's supposed to go. I guess it's supposed to be here. Gotta be in like multiple places at once. Anyway, I think that might work. I can adjust it if I need. Let's do nice pink color. We'll see if it works. I don't know. We'll see if I like it. So now we'll just go ahead and validate, and I want to join these, so I'm going to voxel remesh it together. Actually, let's just validate this mirror. We'll call this gums, and then I'll voxel remesh this together. Hey, Toffee. Okay, so I think that looks good. Let me turn symmetry on. So we don't really need so much gum. I might be able to just use smooth to ease it back, or I guess I can just use move and just kind of ease it back. You don't really want to see like a ton of it necessarily. try drag. I guess you don't really see, like, sometimes you have that line going through, and I don't have that because it's like sort of stylistic. So maybe a little bit of gum there. Push this in, maybe up a little bit. So you're just seeing a tad bit. What do we think? It really doesn't need it, you know? Like, it's like a very small detail, but I don't know if it needs it. Let me turn it on post-process and get a better look. I mean, it's not bad. But it's kind of like, even though it's done, it still feels like a lot of work for a very simple character. Let's see what it looks like without. I think it's better just simple, just like without it. Okay. So I'll probably come back and color more on him, but I don't know what I want to do now. But I can always go to color, and then I can always change this if I wanted to. Orange is kind of interesting. I might revisit it. Later. Anyway, let's color this little guy. And I actually recorded, or I thought I recorded making him. I wanted to make a little companion. It was going to look more like him, but then it's wound up not looking like him at all. And I recorded it. I thought I did, but I forgot to hit record. So then at the end, when I go to stop the recording, it started recording. And I was like, oh, you're such a Dumbo. I feel like I want him to be a nice warm gray. That's what I was like first thinking. I don't want him to be like rat color. There's brown, maybe like a greenish. It's kind of cute. I feel like that's a cute green. Let me mute for a second so I can blow my nose. Okay. His legs, let me paint those too. And actually, legs and the body. You can probably just join these two. It's kind of high res, to be honest. But that's okay. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't yet. I shouldn't yet because I want to add my, I always like to add manual ambient occlusion is what I call it. So let me add this. This will just be green. So we'll paint that. I'll add a new layer. And this is going to be darker. So I usually go darker with whatever color I'm using. Paint. Let me turn post-process off. Because you can see it when you turn post-process on. That's part of the reason that it looks very good, is because you're seeing the ambient occlusion, which is the natural sort of shadows that happen when things have contact or are close to other things. So that's sort of what you're seeing. But when I turn it off, you don't see that. So what I'm going to do is add manual ambient occlusion. So those manual shadows, which will, what's the word? I feel like it starts with M. Not improve, not embolden. It'll just make this effect a little bit more dramatic. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's turn post-process off, and you don't see it at all. Make sure we're on the darker layer. Let me do it to the legs first. Add. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Now it is kind of high res, so hopefully it works out. Oops. And by works out, I just mean smooths, okay? So now we're going to take my smoothie brush, which is essentially just the smooth brush with the intensity all the way down. And you can just save it as a different brush. But that's what I use to smooth and to get a nice gradient. And that looks pretty good. And if I thought it was too dark, I could just lower the opacity of the layer. So we'll go here, make sure we're on darker, and just do the same thing. Ooh-ah! I think that's what that is. Be cool if everyone could let me know where they're from. Sometimes it's so interesting, the amount of different places that people are from. It's one of my favorite aspects of it. Okay, why is this not? Oh, that's right. So the arms I had to do separate. So the arms are not necessarily, they're not necessarily symmetrical, obviously, as you can see. Actually, they're not symmetrical at all. Where is the symmetry line on this? Let me see. Show line. I don't even see it. If I do local, oh, that's right. Local. It's not. I moved it off the center. I forgot about that. But it's still not in the center. So let's do the gizmo edit. And let's move it to the center. Which sort of feels here. It'd be helpful if that wasn't there. I don't use the gizmo edit much, but I like it when I do. So we just want it right in the center. That seems pretty good. So now I'll go back to paint, even though, again, I need to turn it off for these arms because they're not symmetrical. So just adding a little darkness to any areas that are come into contact or are underneath something else. Okay, so we'll do like under here. And I can probably do some underneath all of these. Oh, let me turn symmetry back on. Hopefully this will make it easier. Yeah, it's a pretty decent job with the symmetry. It's a little off. You can see that it's not perfect, but it's close enough. That looks good. How about we add a little bit here? We'll add a little bit under the tail, maybe. And we'll add some around the eye. We'll add some here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So then we'll just smooth it all, and hopefully it smooths nicely. Oh, it's smoothing really nicely. So a lot of times what I try to do when I don't have post-process on, if I add the manual ambient occlusion, it should start to look like it does when I do have post-process on. So that's really all it is. It's just a way to just make it look. Why does this? There's none over here. Let me paint this. turn symmetry off. Okay, smoothie, we'll smooth this out. And if it gets a little weird, like here it's a little uneven, you can use smudge, but sometimes smudge doesn't really work that well, but sometimes you have no choice. So back to smoothie, back to the body, symmetry. I'll just soften all this up, soften all this up. Okay, I think it all looks good. So take a look. Yeah, that looks nice. What are some ways to make money from this other than using YouTube? I don't know, that might be too involved for me to answer and work. I mean, it's the age-old question. It's never easy to make a living as an artist. I feel like, you know, it's really just not. Like, I teach it on Skillshare, so that's how I make most of my money. Let's make these black. And I don't want any light bouncing, so I'm going to bring the roughness all the way up. The pupils, we can do black, shiny. Now there was a way that I was adding pupils and an iris. Let me see something. Okay, so there's only that much showing. I can't remember how I did it, to be honest with you. Let's make these white. Alright, let me figure this out. So, I think let's see, how do I want to do this? Maybe just move. If I move the eyes back some, so that there's a little space in there, a little more space. Okay, still looks fine. So I gotta try to remember what I did. If I clone this eye, and make it smaller. Clone that eye, make it smaller. Now I take the original black irises and let's just make them a different color so we can kind of see through them for now. So I'm going to paint them. Refraction. Oh yeah, there we go. Index of refraction, I usually turn all the way down. Paint glossy. Turn off the shadows usually. So now I can go back to the eye and pivot. Let me change it this way. So then I should be able to kind of control this pupil. Let me move it more over this way. It looks a little funny. It looks a little funny. Maybe because like the other one is just so big. Maybe that's what it is. If I make the pupil really big. Okay. And the only reason I started doing this is because sometimes I want the iris to be a different color, but I don't want to go through. It's like I feel like it's the most efficient way to have an iris color, but then to also have like a pupil, and not have to go through all the work of making the iris and all that. So I can go to the iris. Let me name this iris. This one, I'm just going to add a mirror. P1. I don't know why I call it P1, it's just pupil. But anyway, going back to the chat, I mean, you have to really have a passion for whatever kind of art you're doing, and then you have to find out how you can make money off of it. Like, you have to figure out what exactly is that you love doing, because otherwise it's just not going to work, to be honest. Thank you. I still don't understand why you're not famous. Well, I appreciate that. That's very high praise that I don't quite think I deserve, but I do appreciate. Oh, the Bowser. Bowser was so fun. That's such an old one, too. Very nice, cool. Is it possible to add multiple toolbars? I don't think so. You can adjust these toolbars, but I don't think you can like add more than one. But you do have you can like obviously you can do this, but then you can also adjust them somehow. Normally, I think you can like pull it out or something like that. I can't remember how to do it. There is a way to kind of adjust it, but I don't think you can add any other ones. Oh, wait a minute. Where is, let me figure this out. I moved it off the center line, so the other eye is probably somewhere. Yeah, it's all the way over here. I probably can't move them. Okay, so let me figure out. Let me take this out of the mirror and delete. Okay, I honestly don't know how to just mirror like locally from like this center point. So rather than just be super boring, I'm just going to do it manually. Because sometimes, like, if I was just working, I might just like say, "Oh, let me try to figure out how to do that." But when I'm on live stream, I'm gonna be super boring. Boring enough, naturally. No reason to be super boring. All right, so is that the right size? Space and everything. Actually, doesn't look too bad. Ooh, that's too much. That's too far out. Let me rotate this so I can just pivot it straight in and straight out if I need. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I think that's pretty good actually. It still feels like it's a little, oh, I think I know what it is. Let me move it down a little bit. It's like so hard to get perfect. It would have been so much easier just to have it the same. I don't necessarily want to change the size. I just want to make it look. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm just going to take these and I'll just join them for now. So now the iris, I don't know what color I want to actually make it. like that sort of yellow color. It's a little different, but it's less like bold for no reason. Okay, this eye is like the bane of my existence. Oh. Oh, now I can't even move it because I joined them. Because I'm a butt monkey. So let me take symmetry off and just select this one. And then the other one I should be able to move. Okay, that feels better. Okay, these, let's make... let's match the eye color, why not? This, his snoot, this is usually a sort of beige. So maybe something like that. Or maybe I should go darker with it. Do you ever do realistic humans? Do I ever do realistic humans? Not a lot, not often. I don't really find like super realistic or photorealistic sculpts of like a human or things like that. I don't really find it that interesting. Like I'm never like passionate about creating a human. If it's something stylized, maybe, but I don't do. I mean, superheroes are kind of fun, but again, most of the time they just become human anatomy, which is like it's fun to some extent, but it's just anatomy. I don't know. It's just not really. It's sort of like when I was drawing, and using Procreate or whatever, or even drawing with pencil and paper. Then I was really trying to do really photorealistic things. That was like the goal. Like even in Procreate, I was like, I want to make like really photorealistic things. So that was cool for a while, and I started making like these. Like I made a frog. That was like I drew a frog, and I was like, oh, this is really like photorealistic. Like I feel like I finally like got the hang of it. And then I posted on social media, and people were just like, oh, I thought it was a photo. I thought it was a photo. And after a long time, like I was thinking, like, you know what? Photorealistic things are so difficult to do. I know I'm kind of going off track, but they're so difficult to do, and in the end, they wind up looking similar to a photograph. So then it becomes like not really that exciting, because like you have photographs. It's cool that someone made it, but then if it gets to the point where it's photorealistic, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool, but like I just feel like I'm looking at a photo of a frog, which we see all the time. So for me, it's like I like doing anatomy. I used to draw a lot of anatomical characters and superheroes and things like that, but for art's sake, I mostly enjoy creating things that don't already exist, or things that, yeah, like that's really what it is. Like I like drawing things and creating things that don't already exist. So since I like doing characters like this, if I was just doing like a human figure, like standing, it would just be super boring for me. I'd be like, okay, like unless I do something really weird to this character, or unless I do something really crazy, it's just going to be boring, and I don't really sculpt like just to learn the anatomy, because the human body, I mean, if you draw and if you know anatomy, then you don't really have to. Then for me, it's all it is putting the shapes together to match the anatomy that I'm thinking of in my head, and that's it. So it feels kind of like limiting, I feel like, to just do like human figures. Everything is most likely going to be stylized, because I don't really do like anatomy studies, So like the most anatomy that I'll do is a superhero, because at least that's kind of has fun colors or fun additions that make it more interesting than just like doing a human figure. But yeah, and also like, your art taste changes over time. Mine definitely has. I used to draw such weird dark artwork. It's kind of funny to like look back on. Like just you would think that I needed a lot of help. I saw recently on Procreate FX's video, a line pivot from 12 days ago. He has a lot of shortcuts or toolbars down at the bottom. Just curious what those are. Yeah, I have no idea. Procreate FX is way ahead of me on terms of like the technical things, parts of Nomad. So the majority of what he does, I have no idea like how to do, or why I would even want to do it. So I'm more just like, for me, it's the reason I like Nomad is because it's very similar to just sitting down, opening Procreate, and creating something interesting. I don't really, unless I really need it, I don't know a lot of like the technical things and how to make new toolbars and stuff like that. So yeah, I have no idea, and I haven't seen it. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I'd benefit from, but yeah, I don't know. What if we go dark? I know dark is weird, right? I feel like dark is weird. I mean, it's kind of interesting. You don't really see dark snoots, I feel like. Usually they're like super beige. But I don't know, something about the dark is kind of nice, actually. It's a bit different. Alright, let me color his teeth. They can be white. We'll make them a little more glossy. This, I feel like it can be red, but I don't want them to be like, you know, affiliated or anything. So I'm just gonna make it like more of a magenta red. For now. These, let's take this color and, oops, let me do that. Let's make these a little lighter, maybe a little shinier. Oh, and I forgot the ears. So grab this color, paint the ears. Maybe we'll do a little bit of pink. I'll add a new layer. And we'll just add some pink to the ears. Oh, let's see if symmetry is going to work. I don't think it will. Can I not do like local, bro? Okay, that's better. But the paint keeps going through, so we need to, let's see, where is that? I think it's here and here. Front facing vertex only. So we'll do a little bit of that. We'll smooth it out. It's a little strong. So we'll lighten it a little bit. I like it. So the only reason that I like doing a lighter color, maybe I should do a lighter color for the snoot. So if I'm on the body and I do a lighter layer, I should probably do it underneath the other layer. That's okay. This is like the usual, when you're doing like a character like this, the underbelly is usually like a bit of a lighter color. And it goes like that and attaches, but it might look weird if it's dark. So maybe it should just be that color. I feel like that makes more sense now. But it looked good. And then we'll just go ahead and bring it all the way to the tail, which in most creatures like this, it would go all the way to the tail. Let me erase. I don't know why this looks so... Not that anyone's going to see the bottom, but you know. Oh well. Let me see what this looks like underneath the other layer. Yeah, that looks better. Oops. Okay. Looks good. Now we have to do the inside of the mouth as well. What's up, Rios? The Wolverine was really fun. Wolverine is like, those classic characters, they are pretty fun to do because you can do some dynamic things. Oh, I also do anatomy when I do Ninja Turtles. So I do like Ninja Turtle. I do like human anatomy as long as it's a turtle or a superhero. When I try to change the color of my sculpt, it's never as vibrant as yours. I'm PXG clay as well, but they always look dull no matter what the saturation or brightness. You have to change from matte cap to lit PBR in order to actually get the colors, because if you're using PXG clay, then it's gonna look bad. So like if I change this to PXG clay, if I can remember what it is. then it's going to look bad. Because right now it's just the color over the PXG clay. So you can't use a matte cap when you're trying to color, or else it's not going to look right. It's never going to look right. And also matte caps only look right if the sculpt is white. So you'd have to turn that off and go to lit PBR. I wonder what the eyes would look like smaller. They look creepy small. Just curious. Alright, I need to do something inside the mouth. So I think I need to go to snoot. I'll add a layer. And usually we do like a darker red with a lot of roughness. Let's just solo it. Local. It's always a lot easier if I create a mouth that's opened a little bit wider or closed more so you don't see inside. In a pinch, sometimes I'll just use a shape and color it and like put it in the mouth, but I guess it doesn't work for this because that usually only works if the mouth is more closed more. Alright, let's just paint. Let's just paint, bro. Okay, let's see how it looks with the teeth. It's not bad. But you always want the teeth inside of the inside of the mouth, or else it looks funny. Or else it looks like the teeth are growing out of the chin. Alright, let's erase. And I might just smooth this. If I really wanted it crisp, I could do dynamic topology, but I think it's fine. Just smoothed. Or it's actually just fine like that. But let's try to smooth it anyway. I'm trying to smooth more lately, instead of the crisp lines. Because then when you use dynamic topology, the projects, it's just so much less efficient. Only if I need to will I do that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I should probably give him a tongue, huh? Let's add a sphere. Oh, why can't I add on gizmo? Oh, where's the gizmo? Let's add a sphere on gizmo. And now I like to go back and uncheck that. Otherwise, I'll leave it on and it'll be the bane of my existence. We should give him just a little tongue. What's up, Hydra? Any of my lives, they automatically just stay in my live videos on YouTube. So yeah, it'll be there. So we'll just do a little tongue looks fine. I'm gonna make it a little fatter. I know there's a regular color that tongues usually are, but I like doing like a nice lilac color for tongues for some reason. That's just like what I do. I don't know why. I guess there are some animals that have a tongue like that. Okay, so what is that? Oh, that's the inside mouth. I'll do another layer just in case. We'll do paint. We'll grab the color of the inside mouth and go darker, almost black, to really give the illusion of, oops, I'm gonna erase, of depth. So it'll appear like the tongue is actually, oops. Okay, we'll just smooth this out. Yeah, so now it looks like, you know, there's like some depth, more depth. How many times am I going to say depth? And for this, let's add a new layer. Let's grab this color. Oh, actually, it could be kind of red in there, huh? We'll just go with a darker green, maybe. Oh, here's an example of sometimes I'll just stick a really low poly sphere in there inside the nose to kind of get it dark, but it looks like I'm getting in there okay. So we'll smooth. Yeah, some nice depth there to the nose. Oh, what do I feel like it's not? I think I missed all this underside. There we go. Okay. Let's do that with the eyes too. So we'll make sure that we have it glossy to match the eye. Oh, you know what? We can go a little bit darker. I don't want to go too much under the iris or else you can see it, but that's okay. Speaking of iris, let's see. Probably gonna have to color these differently. If I wanted to add some, like let's say I wanted to add some green. I wonder, let me turn off symmetry. Green probably wasn't the best color for this. And I could just smooth it. Yeah, I feel like green wasn't the best color. I feel like a more orange. Might look a little nicer. Just to give it a little oomph. Oh, isn't there a way? Can I do it this way as well? I thought, oh, can I do this? I forgot about that. So I can do it like that. Anyway, I don't really like it either way, but it's good to know that you can do that. Okay. So they're vastly different colors. I think I was gonna save. I'm gonna save this as. C1, so this is the first generation of the color. But I might just like match these two up. Like, why not? Where do I want to go? Paint, eyedropper. Let's grab this, and yeah, let's just match these two rascals up. We'll grab the original color. Let's go to the color, and we'll just see what we think. Paint this. We'll paint these. I still kind of like them clear. I don't mind that. Do we have any other colors? What color should the sole of the pants be? Or the sole of the boots? I guess we'll leave them the color that they are. In mouth, let's go ahead and make this darker. Darker in there, and maybe we'll even just go even darker still right here. The illusion of depth. Now, if we really wanted to match them up, what we would do is, let's add another layer, paint, well, the only problem is, I kind of want it underneath in mouth, so let's bring this down, so I don't have to worry about that. Looks a little wacky here, huh? I wonder how it would look if I add a little craziness to it. So now you can see this looks really bad. So the Danimal. It is Friday, isn't it? Happy Friday's correct. I'm gonna chew a pretzel. Unapologetically. Where is dynamic topology? Enable. It might look really bad, but we'll see. Okay, let's turn this off. I kind of like it. It's like weird, and I don't know what it is, but I like it. Let's turn it back on, and let's just make like okay. Should I do anything on the arms? What should I do on the arms? Oh, I know what I should do. Okay. So let me turn this off temporarily. Just color this in. Okay. So now I'm going to make it smaller and do erase. Now, since I already went over it in dynamic topology, it should be pretty clean. Because the surface, dynamic topology changes the surface. So the surface is changed, so I don't actually need it anymore. Unless I go somewhere where it's not on the surface. Did I not have it on or something? This looks super terrible. I must not have. You want to make sure you're turning it on and off when you actually need to use it. Otherwise, you're just wasting, you're just making your project way less efficient for no reason. I didn't spend too much time thinking about these designs, but that's okay. Let's erase. Let's see if we can get this a little sharper. Looks a little bit more believable. Oh, I gotta blow my nose again. I always do that. I never understand how, I forget to unmute. Let me blow my nose. What's up, Vision 3D? Glad my videos are helping. Yeah, I was gonna record this, but then I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, then I have to make a video that's just like a boring title, like me coloring. So let me just do it live. What's up, Anxious? I appreciate you checking out the tutorials. Started sculpting for my tutorials, Claire. I love that. I love being a part of people learning how easy and cool and fun it is to 3D sculpt. Because that's how it is for me. Like I love it so much. So it's really fun to like kind of show more people that like 3D is not, it's just so different than it used to be. It used to be so difficult, so complicated, and it still is to some extent. If you tried Blender, Blender is a nightmare. I use it to render and stuff like that. I'm decent at it, but it's one of those programs where you would need 20 years to like be good at it, in my opinion. Unrelated, but does Nomad have any tools to retopologize the sculpts? No. Quad remesher cleans up the surface, cleans up the surface topology, yes, but I don't think that would be considered the same thing as retopologizing. You'd have to do that in another program. For example, like if you were doing it in Blender, I think you do it in a certain way that works together with a certain flow that makes things move a certain way when you animate it. So I feel as though retopology is a small part of a longer set of things that you do when you want to animate. Whereas quad remesher, it just will clean up the topology, but it's not really allowing, you can't manually go in and change certain things so that they'll work a specific way when you're trying to animate. So I think that's the difference between those two. So yes, you can sort of clean up the topology. So maybe like technically that's called retopologizing, but I don't think it's retopologizing the way that word is usually used. There was a program called Cozy Blanket that I tried out, but that was before I really knew what retopologizing was or why I was doing it. So a lot of these programs, and that was a big problem with 3D for me, is a lot of these things that you learn in the beginning are very like technical, and it's because people that are teaching it, let's say it's like an animator, and they're teaching everything from the start in a way that moves towards animating. So it can be really frustrating because let's say you just want to make a character or make some sort of 3D art, and everyone's going to say, okay, like you have to start in like super like low poly, and you can't go more than these polys, and you can't do this, and it has to be like that. It just makes it really restricting because animating is like the reason why Pixar and Disney and those 3D movie animations and stuff look so good is because they have teams of people that are like at the top of their game doing it. So for me, it's like I don't really have any interest in like animating. It would be cool, but it would take me another 20 years to be able to animate the way that I want. going off topic. Oh, thanks for the support on Skillshare. Skillshare has been a game changer for me. I would never be able to produce so much free stuff on YouTube if I wasn't for Skillshare, because Skillshare allows me to, I spend way more time on those classes, but since I can make those classes, then I also have time, and like it makes it worth it to like make free YouTube stuff as well. But shout out to anyone who does my Skillshare. You guys are the real ones. Okay, so do I like all the painting? I think I like everything on this. I do think I like this. I like his little shorts, his little boots. I feel like I could do something else with the boots, but I'm not sure what. I feel like the boots need something. I think I know what it is. Let me just add a sphere. I probably should have used a cylinder. Yeah, I probably should have used a cylinder. Let me just mirror and validate. Let me use move. You know what? Let's match this color. And let's just, I don't know. I want to match, let me take a look at the symmetry. If we do local, where's this? That's top and bottom. I don't want that. I want front and back, so let's do Z. So let's just push, get a nice curve on it, and then pull it back. Pivot, auto pivot. I feel like sometimes I just feel like I need to add a little detail for no other reason than it just feels right. So you know what? We'll take these. We'll call them boot fins. They don't need to be this big, so I'm just going to do quad remesher and just do half. Oh, I know why I did that, because of this. So let me change it to X. And I'm going to change it to world, actually. And then do half, and it should be fine. Soles. So boot fins and soles. We'll just join those since they're the same color. I like it. And the only other thing that I want to do is play around with the eyes. So I'm going to hide the original eyes. And you know, I love doing, since I already validated them, I'm just going to turn symmetry off, get rid of one of them, go back to the gizmo, pivot, auto pivot, and then just work on this one, and then mirror it again. I like doing eyes like this, although I think now I'm used to the other eyes. But it actually might look like he's blinking. Oh, they're too small. If the eyes were like this, it would look like he's blinking. Oh, should I do any color around the eyes? What do you think? It could be kind of cool. Let's practice. Paint, let's go body. Let's add another layer and make this around eyes. Let's turn symmetry on. Let's make sure symmetry is local. No, we want world. World, baby. Paint. Maybe I should do dynamic topology again. Enable it. And let's just see what happens. It's a little big. And we'll see what we think. Did not think at all about the design of it. Sometimes you just have to do it and see what happens. It's interesting, weird and interesting. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't like it either, so we can just get rid of it. Alright, so let me save this. Let me save this as yeah, I kind of like it. So I think I'll bring this into Blender and do a render version of this with this colorway. That small animation you did with the alien animals, yeah, I have a ton of those. I have a ton of those videos now. My creature distribution center. I love it. Do you have any vertices limited by? You have any vertice limits by yourself or project? Not really. No, I don't really have any. I don't really have any limits. Like this one is really high, but it's because this one is actually very high. The little one, yeah, the little character kind of put this over the edge. Normally it wouldn't be that big, but oh well. But no, it's like usually I try to keep things under 1 million. I could probably get this to under 1 million, but since it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Usually I would go around and, like, for example, these fins, I might just do quad remesher and just do, like, you know, kind of lower the, you know, like they still look fine, things like that. But I haven't really been doing it that much in this for this character. The teeth. So usually those are ways that I will go through and just lower the numbers of things. Just check everything. But some things are really high, like this is really high, unfortunately. But I don't really care that much. I rarely go above 2 million. I rarely go above 1.5 million. How can you make the eyes glossy? And also, do you have an existing light source? Because I see reflections on the eyes. Yeah. So the reason why you see this, this is because I use my own environment. So if I turn it off, we're still seeing some light, but I think this is just because I have these on. So if I turn all these off, we'll leave that on because it looks dramatic. Okay, so this is with obviously no light. So you see a little bit because we do have some light coming in here. So the eyes are glossy, so you can see a little bit of light there. Now if I add my environment, then you can see the light from my environment, which is this here. So you can actually rotate this as well to make the light like match a little bit more. I wish you could rotate different ways other than just like, I wish you had more control over how you could rotate it, but we don't really. But anyway, so that controls that's why you see that, because I made this a certain way to have these kind of jelly bean shapes, because I wanted those, because I want to be able to get that in the artwork. So that's what the shine is. The eyes obviously are just black with the roughness all the way down to make them glossy. As you go up more, then it's going to go away. So that's why things look so different depending on the ambient light. Even if I turn off all these lights, you're still going to see it because the environment has this. So if I change the environment to one of the default ones, you can see that it's just going to be different. It's just going to look different depending on the environment. And obviously you can rotate it. So that's why I created and used the specific one that I use, because I like those light pops. Yeah, I use it. It's like literally just my default. Like, it's such a simple. It took me a long time to figure out how to create something in Procreate that makes it look a certain way. I mean, like, it's simple. Like, anyone can really make it, but there was a lot of specifics that I had to kind of do a lot of trial and error to get it exactly how I wanted. But again, it would be cool if you can not only rotate it like around in a circle this way, but also rotate it that way. I feel like that would be really cool if that was like a thing. Because sometimes I want it like vertical, like right here on the edge, and you can't really do it. You can't really get it exactly where you want it, but that's okay. Yeah, I have it in all my Udemy or Skillshare classes. I think I also sell it on just like Skillshare, just, I don't know, for like $1 or something, or $2. I can't remember what the. Sometimes a lot of these things have like minimums. So it's like, even if I wanted to make something 50 cents, it's like, oh, it has to be above this because you have to give us a cut and tax and stuff like that. So. Let's see. I think there's something wrong with my eye because there's no reflection. Oh, you mean like your? I'm like, is something wrong with your eyes? Yeah, like I was saying, I probably went over it, but just in case. So if I add a sphere, you can see the reflections. If I paint it black, if it's rough, you won't see it, but as I go down, then you can see the reflections. So since I'm going to bring this into Blender, I just want to make sure that I go through all of these and bake. Oh, and I need to lower these as well. I need to merge layers. Make sure that it's baked. It's kind of annoying that I have to bake them and they're not in the center. It'll be a little bit weird, but I find that if you don't bake them, then you get the dreaded, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, that's the tongue. That's what that is. So we'll just validate, bake. Ears, we'll merge. Back fins, teeth. Yeah, some of these things are just like huge, unfortunately. Bake, merge layers, validate these, bake. Yeah, if I don't bake, sometimes it does this weird Nomad unskew. That's what it says on Blender. It'll be like Nomad unskew, and it'll be there, but then it's like tied into a position that's not, that's really annoying. I know I'm sure it doesn't make sense, but if you ever try it and don't bake, you'll see what I mean. Oh, these are the other eyes. Should I just leave them? I think I'm gonna leave them. Eyes X. We're gonna bake these two. Oh, they're already baked. Whose teeth are those? Those are his teeth. Already baked. All this stuff is probably already baked. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the lights. So now I will send this file GLTF all so I'll send that to my computer. The boo-boo. Are those little funny looking things? I'm not sure what that is. I think I know. Those little like furry teethy things. That'd be fun. Well, you know, I miss 3D printing. I think it would be cool to when I get back into 3D printing, when I get a house and I have space and I'm not printing in the same room that I'm sleeping in like I was before I had a baby, which obviously I can't 3D print in the house now for my own health and my family's health. But when I get a house and I can start 3D printing again, and eventually I might be able to do those silicone things where you like make the mold and stuff like that. Like all of that sounds like so much fun, and I would like to do all that because like I have some feel like an old person when like they like ask them about something and they're like, oh, let me take out the box and show you. Like I have things that like I've made and printed and painted. Do I have any better light than this? Wait, do I have to take it off of... So these are like super fun to make and to paint and all that stuff. Get it to focus. I don't know if I can turn this way. This one was by far the hardest one. It was so hard to figure out how to get his eye in there. Like it doesn't really look right, but that was like it took me so long. Oh yeah, I think the tail was broken. And I tried to do the whole like add resin to it and all that stuff, but these are my favorite. This is called this was like my first fruit pudgy that I liked, just like a little cute little thing, And I just think they're so fun. Oh, that's right, and this one too. The mask actually comes off. And this comes off too. Actually, I might have glued it on. But these are all different parts that I printed, and then like the teeth as well. Stuck them in, and then I stuck the mask on, and then you glued all these together. But a lot of fun with these things. Yeah, I use Airbrush. What's up, noob? This is actually a Skillshare class where I designed this character, so it was really fun to print him. I don't print it. I don't do any printing in the class, but I designed him in Nomad and then printed him. So much fun to do. But yeah, I had to learn how to airbrush. This was like two-tone. Airbrushing is, you know, I mean, like everything. Everything is like, it's tricky, but I don't give up. So like, I love making all my little characters. I don't think I have anything else different to show in here. Let's see. Oh, this is just like, I actually made a bunch of them. I just did a bunch of different like colors of these guys for fun. Colors and textures. And this was like one of the first prints that I did. Excuse me. Those are the good old days. It was so much work, but what made it fun doing stuff like that is because I could also record it, you know, like I could record it all, and I think people would find a lot of value just in the real life, like real hands-on, like working and doing stuff. A lot of people can find value in the little things that you don't think of. It's always like the little things that you don't think of. Did I already send this? Did I send it? Yes, I did. You know, I don't think I could get into FDM as it is now. I need like that super precise detail. And I just find there's something about FDM that I just, when I see it, I don't know if it's, I'm sure that you can, I know that you can do all the same things. Like you can probably sand it and like prime it, and then you wouldn't know the difference. But sometimes like I make things that are just like so small. Like I feel like it's not there with the precision. I think it would be cool to make like bigger things, like bigger. Like for example, if I was gonna make a cool looking stand to put one of my resin prints on, or something a little bit more usable in terms of like, I don't know, I feel like FDM is better for that, but I don't know, I can't do it. Like my characters are so, the detail is so acute. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean. Even, I forgot that I have some prints here. Like even this, like I feel like the detail in it, like even in the eyes, which you can't really see, in the teeth and all that stuff, like I feel as though resin really works well with like my style of really fine details. Oh, and my snail too. I forgot I have all these prints. I have a Baymax, one of my first 3D prints, but I feel like it's still leaking resin, to be honest with you. Made some power puff grills. First, you guys have to be tweaked more since FD imprint doesn't make precise lines. But yeah, I can't wait to get back into 3D printing. Like, it's just, you know, it kind of sucks. Like, I had to really stop like where I was at. Actually, a lot of things. Like, it's actually hard for me to do a lot of as much work as I was doing, just because of like my at-home situation like has changed so much. So I don't have like the freedom to really like just to be as free to make videos and record audio and stuff like that. Like, I used to be able to just do it like all night, but now like since my situation has changed, because we're now 3 people living in this like small apartment, and our baby took over my wife's room, so now she's like kind of close to where I film. So I can only really do it like when she's either working in her room or when she's at work, you know. But at night, it's like I don't really have the same level of flexibility. So that's why you've seen like a lot less. And it's just been hard raising a newborn, and I guess now she's almost a toddler. I don't know what she is now. So that's just been kind of difficult. Let me see if I can I wonder if it'll work if I switch my HDMI input. One day. I might be like 50 years old, but one day. Resin does stink. Resin does, like, it is very, very difficult, but it looks so good. Right off the printer, it just looks so good. It really does. Like, it's phenomenal. So that's the thing, is like I don't think I'd get the same feeling like when I see like an FD imprint like right off the printer. It's like it doesn't hit me the same. But when I get that resin, those details, and sometimes I'm just like, I just want to prime it, and that's it. Like a lot of these things, like sometimes I just prime them. I just prime, and they're just like so nice and smooth and pretty, and I'm just like, I love it. I love it. I don't think I can get too much closer. Oh, it did focus. Like, that's crazy detail, and this thing is smooth too. I smooth what I can, but like even things like this, it's like you can't really smooth that because then the details get smoothed out. But I love it. It's a very similar little dinosaur. All right. Let me see. So yeah, this might be it. I'm gonna see if I can switch my HDMI input, and if so, I might be able to show you what I'm doing actually. Well, it doesn't show my face. Nobody wants to see me with my dumb glasses on. Okay. Let me see if I can. Nomad. Let's see what happens if I plug my phone in. I turned the continuity camera off before, so it might like... Oh, there it is. Let me see. Okay, so I got that working, but on that channel I don't have an audio, so I'm just going to add it. Alright, so I think it should be good now. Let me unplug. That's the Dave's eye view of everything that's going on. That's y'all. Alright. That's the computer. Why is it so small? Let me see why it's so small. Alright, I don't know why it was so small before. Wait, is there still no audio? Yeah, I keep those here. My room's like an absolute mess. I keep the other little guy here under my computer. I guess I can turn my heater off. Holla. And here's my setup in case anyone was wondering. This is what I record on and what I do. Say this is my bed up here. I have this here so that I don't get white reflections on my screen. So that's why I have black up there. But yeah, this is my bed up there. So the bed has these metal railings. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. So the bed has a metal railing, so I just have an arm that comes off and just has my phone there. And then I record my iPad. And my mic is here, and that's connected here. Alright, so let me see if I can switch inputs. I actually don't know if this is going to work. So if I lose audio, I'll be right back. Ugh, come on, you stupid. Alright, so it looks like we're good. Let me turn this off. Oh, you saw the Baymax back there. That's so funny. Alright, let me switch my screen. My mic a little bit out of the way. Alright, let me see how I can go to Mac Cam I don't want. BenQ screen. Max screen. Alright, so this I need to copy and bring to so that way I'll be able to find it on the computer. So let me go back to I think I'm going to do, I might do other Blender tutorials. They're probably going to be a lot shorter and smaller and just about things that I understand, not understand, but things that I understand and do well in Blender, which is very, very limited. But yeah, I do want to do some more stuff in Blender. But it's just not going to be very, it's not going to be very extremely intense because Blender is just, I don't really know that much, to be honest. But I think it's fun to, I think that for someone who doesn't know anything, I feel like my way of teaching and explaining things can be very helpful rather than your run-of-the-mill Blender tutorials. Because I feel as though with Blender, the most simple things are annoying and confusing and frustrating, and I try to, so I'm always having that in my mind that I can't just say something because in Blender it's going to be confusing. If you ask anyone to do anything, it's always confusing. Their setup is always going to be much different than yours, like the way that the windows are. It's just such an archaic, annoying, and confusing application. But it also, obviously, you can get great results, and I use it and I like it, but it's still annoying and frustrating. So, let me open something. I'll open a recent, because normally I just use the same like backgrounds and stuff like that. So, all right. So now I'm just gonna go in and take this guy and just get rid of him. What is that there? There we go. Get rid of all that stuff. Oh, there's still something there. Oh, I know what that is. That's my little logo. That's okay. We'll get rid of that as well. We'll get rid of all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just clearing out this other stuff that we don't need. Here's Bubble Source. I don't know where he is. Where is he? And I don't know why his name is Mamba. The only reason when that annoying thing pops up and asks me to name what I'm working on, I just put in whatever the first thing is that pops in my mind. So annoying. So now I have to import GLTF downloads Mamba. Kind of big. Oh yeah, the yellow aliens. That's so funny. Forgot about those. Have a good day or night. I'm not sure what time it is. Probably day. But I'm glad I could catch you, Han. I told you I was gonna try to do another live, so I had to do it. Oh, a couple people mentioned the background, like this thing. So this is The background is, this background is an AI image, like a specific AI image. And then these rocks and the ground are from BlenderKit, which is free. So it's just, you can, there's like tons of different, you know, rocks and surfaces and things like that. So I might have added some rocks in the front. I might have added some rocks in the back, because you want to have some foreground, you want to have the regular ground, you want to have some background, and then you want to have an image or something just to kind of give you that environment. So then what I do is, since it kind of shows the sun coming in here, I just match that with the lights, and I make the lighting kind of coming from this direction as well. You can see it's a little off, but you know, as long as it's like close, like then it becomes a bit believable. And I think I also added like one of those, like a box, but I adjusted like the fog. Like you can adjust the. Let me go back into it. Oh, did I just open a new one? Oh, dumb. What is it called? I know I have it here. Maybe I don't. But I usually have a fog box that you found online. It's like you can change like the amount of atmosphere, and it can be kind of cool. All right, so first things first, let's just shrink this. Oh, actually, that's not too bad right there. Oh, it's still kind of big though. That's a little bit more manageable. Maybe I should change see that light frame on the left, this right here, that's like my camera. So I might just have to change it. I guess I'll just do 2160 for now. And let me go to the camera and zoom out. Okay. It's kind of cool. I have my camera connected to an empty called a camera track, so I need to move that over. I can select them both and just move them over. Let's move it up a little bit. Okay. Vision, my pleasure. I appreciate you swinging by. I appreciate everyone that swings by and comments. JDM. I appreciate everyone coming through and saying hello, even if it's for only a couple minutes. Sometimes it's so much more work for me to like take these things and like record them and then like upload them and make a thumbnail and stuff. Although for this one, I just made a thumbnail by taking a photo with my phone, so that was actually pretty easy. If something is black like this, it's like the normals get messed up. So I just have to hit tab, go into mesh, normals, set from faces. So you can imagine, before I actually figured that out, I was like racking my brain, like not even racking my brain. I was like going through trying to figure out every little thing that I could do to make it not be black. There's so many little things like that unless you know how to fix it, it can just ruin your whole day, your whole night. You're just like, why can't things just be easier? Okay, we're back in object mode. Let's go back to my screen. Now looks good. I feel like I want to. I feel like I want to actually separate these. I feel like I want to separate. I'm trying to get the teeth. This probably isn't everything, but let me add a new collection. This is going to be Little Mamba, I guess, since that's the character's name apparently. So Little Mamba. Is all that stuff still selected? No, of course not. Why would it still be selected? And there's probably an easier way to separate it, but I don't know. So I'm going to bring all this stuff in. Little tongue. Legs. That way it's just a little bit easier if I need to grab everything. Snoot. Okay, let's go in a little bit closer here. Oh, and I see that it's all black. Oh no, it isn't. I can see the iris. Okay. The iris. Now we need the pupil. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. Okay, I think that's everything. I think I got everything. Do I have everything? Okay, so now I can grab all of this, select objects. So this is my camera view right now, which this looks, I don't really like his angle. So, oh no. So I need to change from global to local, and I need to set origin, origin to geometry. That should work. Now let's see if I can spin it. Oh, the eyes. Why are the eyes being so stupid? Anyway, I'm going to select all of this. I'm going to snap the cursor to selected. Okay, so the cursor is there. So now I'm going to add an empty, which is just like an empty... Oh, and this is another reason that Blender is so much more difficult to teach, is because you can't see like exactly what I'm doing, which makes it like very, very difficult to teach effectively. And it's like, even though I kind of know what I'm doing, there's so much trial and error, it's like insane. That's just the nature of Blender. So now that I made this empty, I always name it something like 00 empty so it moves to the top. I can take all of these, select the empty last, Control P, and do that. So now I should be able to move the empty instead of the character, and everything should move together. Please. Oh, the eyes. You're killing me. Why would the eyes not move? Oh, that's why. Okay. I gotcha. Did I not go through all of those things and make sure I had everything? That's crazy. Oh, I kind of like him facing that way. I don't mind that at all. It's kind of cute. Do I have a set time for live chat? No. I should have ended this like a long time ago. Yeah, no, I don't really have a set time. I just kind of go with the flow. You know what? Now that I'm seeing these eyes, it'd be kind of cool if it was like a frog's eyes, like if it had the circle and then it had the two pieces coming out. That would actually be kind of nice. Let me see what it looks like with just those eyes. Yeah, they don't look right. So let me hide these and just have the regular eyes there. Okay. Everything looks decent. I feel like I might want some texture. So let's add some texture to the skin here. All right, so we want to keep the color. So we're just going to add a noise texture. We're going to add a what is it? Bump texture, or displacement, I guess. I'm going to tap the noise texture into Control T to do those. The factor goes into the height, and the normal goes to the normal. Can't see anything yet, but that's because oh, the distance, I think. We'll set the scale to 250. The details all the way up. Why'd it get so dark? Turn the strength down. So now you should be able to see that it has some texture. I kind of want it more bumpy, but I don't really know how to get it so it's like bumpy the way that I want it to look. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't think I ever quite knew what that was. Not sure what the distortion is. The scale changes, like if I do 100, you can see that it's a lot like bigger. If I do 300, it's a lot smaller. But still the strength is pretty heavy, so I might just bring it down so it's very subtle. Alright, so this, I'm going to change this material to green skin bumps. So that way I can, so I think the legs are connected. That way I can go to this guy and I can just add green skin bumps. So now he'll have the same texture. That makes it easy. So the ears, I definitely want to do subsurface. So I'll bring the weight up to like a little bit. I'll bring the scale up a little bit. So now you can start to see through for the ears. It probably should be for all the skin, but this I should change to like a cloth. So if I use BlenderKit, materials, they probably won't have like a handkerchief. I don't know how to spell the rest of it. Handkerchief. Fabric. Oh, that's so slow. I feel like it doesn't look. Oh, what is the fabric? What is the? It'd be better if I knew some of the actually, like the name of the pattern on a handkerchief, but I don't. I find that BlenderKit doesn't have too many great knitted options, unfortunately. But let's see. Let me add some light so it's a little bit brighter. I feel like it's so dark. Let's see. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll just add, let's take this light, Control C, V, and let's do X, and we'll just add another light here. So we can see what's going on. Excuse me, my throat is making noise. So yeah, anyway, BlenderKit, so many free assets. It's really cool. I almost bought some from Ryan King Art, but I think a lot of the same ones felt like they were here. But I would love to get like different types of other materials. Unsupport. Oh, I'm probably on a light. At least we're getting to some odd looking, some better patterns. But yeah, this is one of the reasons that you can really get lost in Blender doing things, because then you have like 1,000,001 options, and it's like, I just want to sit here and play with this forever. All right, let me see. Handkerchief. I'm gonna suppress square. Oh my God, why is this so difficult? Paisley. I actually really like that one. Oh, looks like there's only one. Okay, so it looks like there's only this. Which I might be able to find the black. Let's see if I can adjust. Why is it so shiny? Metallic is going to this. Really don't want it metallic at all. That's better. Okay, so that's kind of what I was looking for, but let's see if we can get this a little bit closer. Nice. Teeth, sometimes I add, let's see if I'll add ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion, color ramp, diffuse, and mix shader. I don't want to have to do that again, so I'll try to Control C, copy that, switch these two, color to factor. So I'll add the mix shader, so it should get a little bit darker. Wait, what am I on? Oh, I'm on the teeth. That's right, I forgot. I'm on the teeth. How do I get rid of this thing? Okay, so then I'm gonna add the color to the factor. So this enables you to control the ambient occlusion, which you'll see in a minute. See how it's like much darker now? And the diffuse, all that is so I can add that to the factor and I can change it to probably like a beigeish orangey-ish color. Then maybe make it a little darker. Only because black is really not that great. It doesn't look that great for these kinds of things. Oddly enough, lighter colors actually look better for the shadows for the most part. Also, this background is very ugly for this. I don't know what color I should use. Okay, let me see if I want to add ambient occlusion to all of this. There we go. So we'll add the mix shader in. We'll add this here. I'll just connect it without switching those two, and let's see what happens. Yeah, so that's why I always switch these two. I don't know why it's still, sometimes the shadow is just so strong. I think that looks good. I'm just going to grab this color and do something maybe a little warmer and a little darker for the shadows. That looks good. But I still want the skin to be, it looks a little too crazy. Let me bring the distance down. Or maybe it's the strength. Okay, that's better. I want the texture to be very like subtle. I don't want it to be too crazy. Oh, what was this called? Paisley Black? Oh, it didn't add the... It didn't add the details. That's so strange. Why didn't it? Usually you would just... Paisley black. Oh, that one worked. Why didn't this one work? That was so weird. It just doesn't want to work on this. Let's see if I... Will that help? No. And they are in fact the same materials, but one works and one doesn't. That's so odd. Yeah, I have no idea why it's not working for this one. Oh well. So I'll have to get rid of it for the other one too. Oh, you know what? Let's try this. Let's take these two, join them, and then, oh, they both still say Paisley Black. Oh well. Paisley. He's red or purple. That's true. Red or purple is usually the go-to with these greenish characters. This thing is really glowing there. It's like almost looks like. Is really glowing. I know it's just one of the lights hitting it, but anyway, yeah, I think I like this. Although he's very let me do select. God, my watch vibrating. I do love my Apple Watch, but I hate when it's vibrating. I hate when it's trying to get my attention. Let's take this and move it up a little bit so it's not floating through the floor. And I want to tie in some of these lights. I think I'm going to be done with this. I think it's fun for just like a quickie. Let me see what happens if I turn this light off. Oh, do we like it a little bit darker in the background? Can't tell. This light is super bright here, but I think that might be okay. Let's see if we turn this light off. I don't think we need this light. I like to usually have a glowing element, but I'm not sure. I could make the shoes glow. It's just fun to have a glowing element, even if it doesn't make sense. You know, like... So now that I did a glowing element, maybe I want to bring the ambient lighting down a little bit. No, it looks better. It looks better with more light. But we'll take away the background light. And I want to tie in, like I was saying, I kind of want to tie in one of the lights to the characters to make them feel more cohesive with the background. So let me change this light to kind of match that a little bit more. Maybe even this one a smidge. No. Take some of the saturation out of it. Okay, so where's the focus? Where's my focus? I think that's the camera track, camera focus. So I usually set an empty so that way I'll have a specific place that the camera will focus. I might not even have it on. Let me see. Let me go to my camera and see if I have depth of field on actually, which I don't. So now it's on. So if I turn this down, you'll see well, you can kind of see. But I don't want him to be like kind of out of focus too much. Oh, is this light yellow? Did I just do that? Why is this light yellow? Oh, I know why. Oh, I know why. It's because the iris is actually going over this, and it's a yellow iris. I forgot about that. So that's why that eye is... That's why it's that color. Let's add a cool touch to that light, just to give it a little something different. And let's make sure we like the color of this. Do we want the background to be a little darker? Or do we like where it is? I feel like I kind of liked where it was. That's true. It is a completely different language. It's really like night and day. Like, I'm glad I learned it, but boy, is it like you know, like I find it useful and I use it, but I cannot. Eventually someone is going to come up with a Blender, something similar to Blender, and I think Nomad Sculpt might be the type of, you know, like if he decides to really get into the Blender waters but keep it not as in the weeds, like, yeah, you won't be able to do as much, but you know, if he had like a cycles renderer and then like you could add like more lights, and you could add like an emission. Like there's just like little things, you know, that would make a big difference. How do I like the teeth? Do I like the teeth? I think I like the teeth. I don't see any reflection on them, though, which I don't know why they wouldn't have it. But oh, that's. I want to see some reflection. What about his little teeth? Even though they're a little blurry. And these actually should not be. You know what, let's give these a little glow. Why not? Alright, so let's just render this out and see. Oh, let me check my settings. Max equals 400, that's fine. So it should be fairly quick. I bought my computer specifically for Blender, and that's really all I use it for. Because with the MacBook Pro, like I learned it on the MacBook Pro, but it's not efficient at all. Not efficient in the least. I probably should have got like a different angle. Probably would have been cool. But again, like I'll play around with it for a while, and eventually I'll get some turntables. I might do them separate, do the turntables separate. But yeah, there we go. But you can see there's just a major difference between Nomad and Blender in terms of rendering, cycles rendering. It's just, I love it. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna get something to eat, because I haven't eaten all day. And yeah, I love photography too. I love photography. It's also like the focus. It's weird. It's also dependent on. Let me save this. Hey, let me save it to my Mac. It's also like there's so many different. Like it reacts so differently if I'm in. What is it? What is it called? Orthographic. Yeah, I'm in perspective, so if I'm in orthographic, it's going to be completely blown out blurry. Although I do like orthographic. Like it does give a better blur. But like I like the blur, you know? And how am I out of the frame? Let me go back to perspective. Move the camera. Where's my little focus? Camera track. I don't know if I like them as, I wonder what they look like glossier. Oh, they're separate, aren't they? Butt monkeys. And that light is way too bright. So let's, where is this light? Let me bring it up to my lights. Let's do that. Let's lower this light a little bit. Put it at like 100. Maybe like 150. Let's move it. Let's make it a little more dramatic. Let me do 180. If I do 180, it should be a larger size. But then it just gets so dark. So now I want to have this completely blown out. So I'm going to go back to my camera. God, and that's the problem. If you know, like, if you have fun with photography and blurring stuff, it makes it better, but then it also makes it worse because you're just like, oh, I want to be artsy and do all this creative stuff with it. It's fun, but it just like, it's what keeps me up until all times of night. Like stuff like this, I just think is real cool looking. And I'll render it, and I'll just have like 20 different renders of random different things that you make. But that's all part of it. I think that's all like the fun parts of it. I think Nomad is already 100% like the procreate of 3D, and I used to call it that all the time when I started. Like it's just, that's the main reason. I think that's the main draw for me. I think that's where they really hit the mark. Oh, you know what? I should have moved the focus a little bit up. Still looks cool, but and also like I also want to like change the colors. You know, so before I go real quick, I just want to show you how much fun this can actually be. I know I have like my favorites. Where are my favorites? So if I go BlenderKit, materials, let's go to all. Let's go back to all. Not Paisley. X. Oh, so these are some of my favorites. Oh, I'm on a camera. Let me go back here. Like, it completely changes the characters so much just from changing, like, the material. Look how fun that looks. How cool is that? And of course, like, you can go in here and, like, dial it down to, like, you know, if something is not exactly the way that you want it. Or you can make it, like, bigger and smaller. Let me go back to my favorites. I love all these metal ones with like all the edge wear. Just make it look like but like most of this, why do I feel like it's not doing anything? Most of this has all been like just trial and error. Trying to figure out like how to get all the different looks. But yeah, materials, by far, materials are just so fun to play around with. This is one of my absolute favorite ones. Uh-oh. I don't know why they made it so rotten on top. Gotta find the right one. Well, maybe I just will never find it. But anyway, you can go in here and like, usually you can change like all of these things. I don't know where it is. But, oh wait, this is yellow and where's the brown? Where's the brown, bro? Anyway, I don't know how to change it, but it's fun. I have to figure out where it is, but you can like make it so you can get rid of like this brown and it just looks like a nice, cool, unripe banana, and I love it. But I want to go all the way back to where it was. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna, I hate when I do that. I meant to save it as, oh man, let me see, let me recover, autosave. Let me see. Let me see if I can save this and go to the other autosave, maybe? Okay. But I'm stuck on this thing. February 28th. Oh well, I think I can probably just add another one and like just swap out the material. But anyway, let me save this as Mamba. And now let's open. It's in the mix color node. What's up, Kimmy? No, I don't. I never use UV wrap anything. I'm telling you, like I'm a novice. Oh, I love making desktop screensavers. Oh, or wallpapers, always. Oh wait, is it still? No. I don't know what happened to the original one. Oh well. Can I just... I wonder if I can just take this, copy it, and then I probably can't Control Z, can I? It's probably gonna undo the copy. Oh, you know what? Body. I feel like someone gave me. Oh, the brown was in the mix color node. I'll have to go back and find it. But yeah, I'm very. Let's see, body. It's probably here somewhere. No. Curious if I can. Oh, it did paste it. So let me see if I can take this. Oh, okay, cool. I'm not even sure like what I did. But I guess since I brought in the color attribute, it worked. Let me just go ahead and save it and chill. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, see UV wrapping. See, I get confused. I have UV wrapped a couple things because I can't remember what I was trying to do. I was trying to do something, and I started doing some of that, but I get so easily dismayed with Blender. So I'll just do the easy thing, just add materials. I'm slowly figuring out a lot of things that I need to know, but as you can see, like I'm very very much a novice with Blender, but I know enough that at least it's fun until something like really goes wrong. Like I know enough of how to think in Blender to sort of figure out what I need, even if it's not the most efficient way. I think that's the best way to put it. As you can see, I can usually get what I need, but that's the thing with Blender. If you don't know the steps, then it's just going to be much more difficult than it really needs to be most of the time. But yeah. Oh, but I appreciate all the help. I appreciate everyone stopping by. I'm gonna go get some food so I don't get a headache. Because sometimes I just don't eat. Let me see. Let me go to layout and just Let's make this big. We're gonna end with a nice little front row look at our little guy with my little empties. And yeah, so this was fun. So obviously, like, I love making stuff in Nomad and bringing it into Blender, and I'm gonna try to get on and do more lives, because why not? But yeah, thanks again. I appreciate you, JDM, Richard. I appreciate you guys' help, and but it's funny. Like, I'm gonna remember, like, later on when I go back to figure it out, I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to check that node so I can, like, figure it out. And I'll probably look back at the text. I mean, at the chat, so I can figure it out. All right, I will catch you guys next time. Maybe I'll do another live tonight or tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to do more of these. All right, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. Whoop.